an NFL character. I cannot stand him.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the hat on, and he wears his fucking equipment like he's playing laser tag. He's got the fucking thing right across his chest. That drives me crazy, man.
The laser tag vest. Oh my god, that's so awesome.
Sometimes I feel like he's a cartoon. Like he cares more about his sound bites during the week, and he's always saying stuff that like makes people scratch their head.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I don't know. Bruce Arians drives me crazy.
Maybe.
He's calling games for CBS. That was 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
In the booth, he says the only job that he would take was Cleveland to get him back into coaching.
I think you're right. Yes, or something that, like, it was not a good team that he chose. Like, it was a team that he wanted. It seemed like a team that needed to be rebuilt and that he wanted to build it. But that brings up a good point, by the way. Which I'm going to go back to the whole thing with Eric Bieniemy and hot take here. A lot of the sports analysis here in Kansas City needs to step up their game. I'm talking to all of them, all across the news board, because all week I've heard, why did Eric Bieniemy not get a job offer? Why did he not get a job offer? Well, here's the thing. Here's one of my biggest deals with that. Eric Bieniemy is a very smart man. He wants to go to a team that's going to allow him to pick his GM, or at least work with the GM he's going to really want to work with. He wants to rebuild that roster from scratch if he is permitted to. Basically, he needs the owner to be like, it's your team. I'm taking a step back. Let me know what check to write. Do you blame the man? I mean, Andy Reid pretty much did that here in Kansas City. Kyle Shanahan did that in San Francisco. To an extent, Sean McVay is doing that now with the Rams. I mean, that's just what it comes down to, is that it doesn't. If you're still going to be confined to the rules of what is making that organization not do well and put a bad product, i.e. Houston, Texas. I feel bad for all the Houston, Texas fans, by the way, guys. And I'm a huge J.J. Watt fan. I think he's getting really undersold by his team, and it's just sad. Anyways, I put that out there. Fact of the matter is that Eric Bieniemy can write his own ticket. And I'm going to go as far as this. Even though Andy Reid did sign an extension, there's no guarantees that he's going to finish out the entire extension of his contract.
The head coach in waiting is not a terrible idea.
No. I mean, Josh McDaniels has been doing that now ever since he left Denver back in 2010, 2011, around there, So it's not a bad idea. And why not work with the quarterback you've been working with this whole time, the organization that's been here the whole time? Why not be in that position? So I don't blame him. Why not wait for the right opportunity to show up? Because really, in my opinion, there's only one team that actually made really good sense for him. They have a franchise quarterback, great position in the draft. They have a pretty good foundation to start of players already intact.
Atlanta?
No. The San Diego Chargers.
Yeah.
That would have been the greatest hiring for the Chargers organization, and to be able to compete with the Kansas City Chiefs in that nature. But I do believe that if Eric Bieniemy did have that interview, he saw what they did to Anthony Lynn. I mean, he and Anthony Lynn, come on. I mean, running back coaches, they had probably an understanding with one another. You wouldn't think that Eric Bieniemy not made a phone call to Anthony Lynn and say, how was it there?
Did Anthony Lynn have a winning record?
He did.
And Justin Herbert was his guy?
Yep.
That's unbelievable what they did to that guy. Somebody needs to go and hire him, like, immediately.
Mm-hmm. Well, unfortunately, all the head coaching job vacancies are done, but I tell you what, Anthony Lynn should be a head coach somewhere, because, man, that man can coach. I mean, when you take a Chargers team that has been depleted with injury year in, year out, and I mean not just like an injured reserve player. We're talking about a significant starter. We're talking Derwin James, Dan Finney. He's lost Melvin Ingram in the middle of seasons. He's lost Joey Bosa in the middle of seasons. I mean, when you get consistent injuries all throughout, and then the Melvin Gordon incident with him trying to hold out for a contract, I mean, and Phillip Rivers on the back end of his years, come on. I mean, you got to give that man a shot to build this team up.
I don't think a lot of people want to coach in the AFC West for the next decade, to be honest with you.
That's a fair statement right there.
Some lean years ahead for those organizations.
There is. Mm-hmm. He's absolutely right. So,
unless somehow Deshaun Watson finds his way over there, which would be interesting for sure to have that quarterback rivalry twice every year.
Both guys coming out of that 2017 draft.
Yeah,
man, battling year in, year at least 2 games a season. Man, that would be a draw. That'd be the new Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady. I mean, without a doubt, that absolutely would be a great draw in that situation. I agree with you.
Going back to what you were saying about like the tight ends and the Bucs talent, with like OJ Howard,
Cameron Brate.
With my bias, like, dude, it's gotten so hard for me to watch other quarterbacks and other receivers and other tight ends, like even the top ones, and be like, those are supposed to be top of the line guys. They're just so spoiled riches here that you watch Patrick Mahomes play, and then you turn on somebody like Matthew Stafford, who I love Matthew Stafford. I think he's like a tough son of a bitch, and he's gonna line up. He's gonna play every Sunday if he can't go. Like week 17, he had no reason being out there. With how banged up he was for that team, like for nothing on the line in that game, for him to suit up and play that game, it's just like, and statistically, that for what he's done, I mean, he was one of the first 5,000-yard passers, and that organization never supported him. But like I watch a guy like that play, and I'm still like, dude,
man.
It's just a different league. It's a different league that 15's in compared to the rest of them. And like the same thing with Kelsey and like Tyreek.
Tyler, I don't know what I mean. You might be the orange soda expert, but there's definitely a different flavor to this orange soda. This is actually really good. It's not so sweet, guys. I will say this, but by the way, I'm not a fan of flat root beer, but this is kind of an interesting root beer in the fact that it's not so carbonated.
Look at this black cherry try.
Yeah, I'm telling you, hey, this Stone Cold Jones sodas. This winning me over. It's winning me over. So, and that says a lot because I'm a huge soda guy. So, just saying. Yeah.
Black cherry is like my go-to.
Wait, hang on. I'm gonna go with you. I'm going with you. All right, man. There you go. Cheers, man. Yeah. Chop suey, KC boys. Oh wow. Wow, I like that. I like the subtlety. It's not so heavy in the flavor. I like that. It's just kind of nice. So it kind of hits you right in the back of the tongue, and it's like that nice smooth. That is wonderful. Anyway, so back to the Super Bowl. First time ever that team is going to have true home field advantage because it's in their actual stadium. Stadium.
Okay, let's just talk about Tampa Bay here.
There you go. All right, I got him on.
World Series, Super Bowl, hosting the Super Bowl in your stadium. You hit every 3 major sports, 3 of the 4, I guess. Hockey, I don't know how popular. Hockey's number 4, right? Over MLS, right?
Well,
so hockey's considered the 4 major.
Hockey is definitely considered the 4 major. However, they're battling really hard against the NBA right now. So, I think the fan bases are pretty kind of right down the middle between the two. Not gonna lie.
But how do you? I couldn't even imagine like if you were a Tampa native, like you grew up with like actually being like involved in sports, and you having this type of year with all those teams.
But I know what that feels like. You know why? Because I know some guys who are New England fans and Boston Red Sox fans.
Yeah.
You know,
right, exactly.
2004, that was the year, yeah.
But that's such a like a traditional professional sports title town USA type of place. Absolutely. We're talking about Tampa fucking Bay. Right?
I get it. But you know what? People can say the same thing about Kansas City when the Royals won the World Series back in 2015, and now they got the Super Bowl back in 2020 or 2019. So. I mean, that's the thing. Like, people are like, what? I mean, it's like they're going where, in that situation. I mean, just remember, we have certain prominent people in positions and celebrities that still think that Kansas City, Kansas is host of the Chiefs. So.
That's true.
To be fair.
I have a sports bucket list, but it's like kind of like an opposite bucket list where I kind of want to go to some of the more dumpier places in Tropicana Field where the Rays play.
Oh my God!
Because I want to go to these places that everybody say is terrible. I just want to see how bad they are. Like I watched a Rams game in Edward Jones when they were in St. Louis, and that was about as bad as it's ever been for me. And so I just want to I want to go to the Coliseum, watching the A's play, because that's another one. Like the Coliseum is just atrocious. That place is falling apart.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But if you've ever watched an A's game on TV, the atmosphere they have. So I don't know. That's just I have a weird list that I want to see play.
That's actually, you know what though? That's a very fair list. It really is, and I mean, I think that's that's just kind of something that I can understand. I can completely understand why you would do that. 100%.
Is it really as bad as they say it is?
Well, because you missed out on the old Candlestick Park and for the 49ers. It was, from all accounts, I have never, as a lifelong fan as I've been, and as long as I've been a fan, I've never been to either park yet, neither stadium yet. I haven't never been to Candlestick and never been to Levi's. I've certainly never been to Kaiser Stadium back in the 70s and even early 80s. So, yeah. So I will say that, yes, it's a very interesting list, and I think we definitely need to accomplish that. Hopefully we could do this live to accomplish it, because I would love to not only be able to go to those, quote, dumpy places, how horrible can it really be? We definitely got to stay with the food, because it's like if the food makes up for it, it's like we're absolutely going to be in on that. So
I don't remember if I remember this correctly, but I think down the left field line in the Tropicana, just on the other side of the wall, next to, if they still have the bullpens down, I don't remember. But I think they just have a roped off suite area, and it's just tables, high top tables and chairs, and it's supposed to be this high end ticket area, party area, when you're comparing to somewhere like the Pepsi porch or the outfield porch at Coffin, it's just obviously I'm just seeing this on television, so I can't really comment. That's why I wanted to go there and actually experience it for myself.
Beans are sweet, guys, just FYI. So again, Brobecks Barbecue. Just telling y'all, you need to come check out this place. I know I'm promoting a lot of it, but that's what this is about, guys. Talking sports, getting food down. Hopefully I'm making some of you guys hungry. So just FYI. Especially for some barbecue. When this video uploads, you're going to want this barbecue. Yeah.
Go somewhere different besides Joe's or Jack Stack. Just all the...
There's nothing wrong with those guys. Don't get me wrong. No. But if you're from Kansas City, venture out.
There's so many options.
Venture out, guys. Especially when they have representing the Chiefs all the way around. Yeah. So, just heads up. So, for those of you, by the way, I'm going to just throw this out there real quick. We're going to throw this. This is going to be on YouTube, so please hit the like and subscribe button, because I would like to do this live. We're only doing this video because because the only method we have is by mobile. So I want to make sure that we get 1,000 subscribers so that we can still continue to do this mobile, because we want to go everywhere. I mean, because we're not going to just do this right here at a poker table at a buddy's house. Which, by the way, thanks to my boy Ethan for hooking us up with this place to do this at. But wouldn't it be great that we could do this? I'm going bigger than life here. Imagine doing this at a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Or a World Series.
Yeah, no doubt.
Or or NBA Finals. Or a Stanley Cup Finals. Somewhere like that. We feature the food that's there. Because what's interesting, especially stadium food, every year there's something a little bit different. Two of my favorite things I've had so far at Arrowhead Stadium, they had a brisket-style Philly.
Yeah.
With cheese, I think it was with nacho cheese or cheese whiz. I don't know. I hope it wasn't cheese whiz, but it was probably nacho cheese. It's phenomenal. But I thought, man, I can eat this forever. And then the other thing was, after the Royals won the World Series, they had tempura battered burgers and tempura battered burgers and hot dogs. Delicious. Okay, and here's the thing: when we have winning teams, the food gets a lot more interesting. And I'm looking forward to that, especially here in Kansas City being so close to home. But I would love to go to other places and try what interesting foods they have. I thought what was fun, two things I remember about stadium food. Not necessarily stadium food, but food in association with sports. There was a guy who played for the Green Bay Packers by the name of, I believe it was Dan Gilbert or I know his last name was Gilbert. He was a defensive lineman. He was a nose tackle. He was a 350-pound nose tackle. Big dude. They actually had a restaurant that had their burger lineup in 3 different categories. It was single, double, and Gilbert. So you can only imagine what the Gilbert would look like. The other one that I thought was really interesting and funny, this was when Marshawn Lynch just started with Seattle. And they started the Beast Mode meal, which I believe came with, whether it was a hot dog, burger, whatever it was, or nachos, and then all the sides. But the biggest part of it, bag of Skittles.
Yes.
Bag of Skittles had to come with it. So we don't know. I mean, it would be great to be able to take this on the road and do this. But again, we're going to stick to here, support the local scenes. And by the way, guys, if there is a local place you want us to go and support, let us know through the comment section, please. Okay, because we'd be more than happy to do it. Tyler has a couple of allergies that we have to worry about. Me, I'm a food guy. I will eat whatever is there possible. So we'll definitely give whatever we can a try and go from there. So last part, predictions.
Prediction, I want to say a blowout. Like I really do.
As a Homer fan, or is this real? Like as a realistic football analyst? Because remember, we're not trying to. We're trying to